The Tao does nothing, and yet nothing is left undone. These words of Lao Tzu gives us the idea that resembles the basic understanding of the paradoxical concept of Wu Wei. At its core, Wu Wei translates to non-doing, or non-action, or effortless action. But this translation can be misleading, as Wu Wei isn't about doing nothing, or laziness, or mere passivity. Rather, it's about aligning your actions so perfectly and in harmony with the natural flow of the universe that they become effortless. This video serves as a humble attempt to make the depth of this philosophical idea clear and practical, and how this ancient art can enhance our relationship with the world, leading to better outcomes. Wu Wei is deeply rooted in Daoist philosophy, which emphasizes living in accordance with the Tao, or the Way. To live in harmony with the Tao means to align our actions with nature, to act without force, struggle, or excessive effort. The Taoist philosopher Zhuangzi once said, "The perfect man employs his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing, it refuses nothing. It receives, but does not keep." These words beautifully encapsulates the essence of Wu Wei, which involves cultivating a sense of inner stillness and allowing one's actions to arise spontaneously. It is about being responsive rather than reactive, moving with the flow of events rather than against them. In today's society, we often try to force situations to bend to our will. We push, we struggle, we exhaust ourselves, we celebrate effort regardless of its actual effectiveness, as we aim to always be busy for the sake of being busy. As modern Sisyphuses, we push rocks uphill just for the sake of pushing. But Wu Wei suggests a different approach. Water doesn't fight the rock, it flows around it. It doesn't strain or stress, it simply finds the path of least resistance. This is Wu Wei in nature, and it's a model for how we can live our lives. Wu Wei is quite similar to the Zen concept of mushin, or no mind, which is a state of mental fluidity, where the mind is not fixed on any thought or emotion or any end result. This is beautifully articulated by Zhuangzi when he says, "When an archer is shooting for nothing, he has all his skill. If he shoots for a brass buckle, he is already nervous. If he shoots for a prize of gold, he goes blind or sees two targets, he is out of his mind. His skill has not changed, but the prize divides him. He cares, he thinks more of winning than of shooting, and the need to win drains him of power." This is also similar to concept of nishkama karma, or desire-less action, found in Vedanta, one of the 6 schools of Hindu philosophy. It teaches that one should perform their duties without attachment to the results. Even in Western philosophy, we find ideas that resonate with Wu Wei. The Stoics, for instance, emphasized aligning oneself with the natural order of the universe. Epictetus, a Roman Stoic philosopher, said, "Don't seek for everything to happen as you wish it would, but rather wish that everything happens as it actually will. Then your life will flow well." This acceptance of reality and flowing with it rather than against it is at the heart of Wu Wei. But let's be real. Life isn't always smooth sailing. We face challenges, setbacks, and obstacles. How does Wu Wei apply in these situations? The key is in our response. Wu Wei doesn't mean we never face difficulties. Rather, it's about how we face them. Instead of meeting force with force, we learn to be like water, flexible, adaptable, finding a way around or through obstacles. This principle is beautifully demonstrated in martial arts like Tai Chi or Aikido. These disciplines teach practitioners to yield to incoming force, redirecting it rather than opposing it directly. Mindfulness practices, whether formal meditation or simply bringing awareness to our daily activities, help us tune into the present moment. This presence is crucial for Wu Wei, as it allows us to perceive and respond to what's actually happening, rather than being caught up in our preconceptions or desires. Now, you might be wondering, if I'm not striving or pushing, how will I achieve my goals? This is a common misconception about Wu Wei. It's not about abandoning goals or ambition. Rather, it's about approaching them differently. Instead of fixating on the end result and trying to force your way there, Wu Wei encourages you to focus on the process. Set your intention, certainly, but then immerse yourself fully in each step of the journey. It's like the difference between trying to force a plant to grow by pulling on it versus nurturing it and allowing it to grow naturally. The end result might be the same, but the experience, and often the quality of the outcome, is vastly different. The story of farmer and his horse illustrates this beautifully. A farmer's horse ran away, and his neighbors exclaimed how unfortunate it was. The farmer simply replied, "Maybe." The next day, the horse returned with several wild horses, and the neighbors congratulated the farmer on his good fortune. Again, he replied, "Maybe." Later, the farmer's son tried to ride one of the wild horses, fell, and broke his leg. The neighbors expressed their sympathy, to which the farmer said, "Maybe." Soon after, soldiers came to the village to conscript young men for war, but spared the farmer's son due to his injury. The neighbors once again remarked on the farmer's luck, and he responded, "Maybe." The story underscores the principle of non-attachment and acceptance. The farmer's equanimity in the face of changing circumstances exemplifies the art of effortless action. It is similar to the state of flow which many athletes, artists, musicians, dancers experience, where they are so engaged in whatever they are doing that they do not care in the slightest bit of the result. They are simply enjoying the process and living in the moment. When we act in accordance with Wu Wei, we often find that we accomplish more with less effort. We become more efficient, more creative, and more attuned to opportunities around us. We develop a kind of effortless effectiveness. Nature provides countless examples of Wu Wei. The changing of seasons, the ebb and flow of tides, the growth of trees, all happen without strain or effort, yet with immense power and effectiveness. As the Tao Te Ching says, nature does not hurry, yet everything is accomplished. But let's address the elephant in the room. In our goal-oriented, productivity-obsessed culture, the idea of non-doing can seem counterintuitive, even threatening. We're conditioned to believe that success comes from hard work and struggle. And to be clear, Wu Wei doesn't negate the value of effort or discipline. Rather, it suggests a different quality of effort, one that aligns with our natural tendencies and the flow of circumstances around us. Think about times when you've pushed yourself to exhaustion. Did it really lead to your best work, your most fulfilling life? Often, this kind of forcing leads to burnout, mistakes, and a sense of disconnection from ourselves and others. Wu Wei offers an alternative. It's about finding the sweet spot where our actions feel natural, even joyful. It's about tuning into our intuition and the rhythms of the world around us. Children often embody Wu Wei naturally. Watch a child at play, fully absorbed in the moment, responding spontaneously to their environment, not worried about achieving any particular outcome. This unself-conscious, flowing state is Wu Wei in its purest form. As we wrap up, remember, Wu Wei is not about passivity, but about aligning so perfectly with the Tao, the natural way of things, that your actions become effortless and effective. In the words of Lao Tzu, do you have the patience to wait till your mud settles and the water is clear? Can you remain unmoving till the right action arises by itself? This is the art of Wu Wei. May you find it in your own life. Thank you for watching.